What is going on, everyone? Today we will be playing the arcade classic Daytona USA. This is the version that was released on Xbox 360 back in 2011. You can no longer purchase it though. You had to have purchased it up to a couple years ago and then they took it off the market. However, if you've already owned it, you still have access to it. So I have it here on my Xbox Series X, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, here we go. Daytona USA, what a classic, of course. Playing this is going to lead to playing the Saturn versions, and then the Dreamcast version, and all that good stuff. So, stay tuned for that coming soon. Here we go. What an absolute classic. And I love the fact that in the arcades there's a newer, it's not that new now, but Daytona USA Championship something edition, not the Circuit edition on Saturn, but some kind of edition where it's a new Daytona USA, a modern Daytona USA, and I really love that game. Hopefully they find a way to bring that home and we can play that on consoles. That would be nice. That would be nice. Here we go. Gotta love that music. You got to love that music. Alright, enough wasting time. Right into the arcade. Sure, very easy. Doesn't matter for me, I'm not an expert at this game. But we're going to go with what it says. How about that? And we're going to start with beginner, naturally. Automatic, because I ain't fooling around that manual shit. I know. You probably get better times with it, but we're going the easy route. Wait, I like to go. Here we go. Auto drive. Oh, yeah. It's been a minute since I played this game. Especially the arcade version. I played that modern, newer arcade version. What I really want is Daytona USA 2. I'd love to find an arcade machine of Daytona USA 2 and add it to my collection, but they are very hard to come across. So, I can only hope that they would release an actual home version of Daytona USA 2, which they probably won't, because you actually can play it in a recently released Sega game that now I can't remember the name of for some reason. But there is a version of that, much like in Shenmue, you can go to the arcade and play this game. You can play Daytona USA 2 in it. It's called something else, because they can't use the Daytona name, but it is, in fact, Daytona USA 2. Only problem is it's the later revision that didn't have the stadium course where you're like in a dome and waterfalls and all that stuff, which is my favorite course in Daytona USA 2, and they literally took that out, which sucks, in the updated version of Daytona 2. And that's the level I really want. So most likely the only way I'm ever really truly going to get that in an official kind of form is finding an original Daytona USA 2 arcade cabinet that hasn't been updated. It doesn't have the update. It's just the original version 1. That's what I want. Hopefully one day I can find it, but I've been looking for literally decades and still haven't come across one. Now I came across one I could have drove hundreds of thousands of miles away to get, but I'm not that crazy. I'll wait. I think the closest one I came across was like 1,500 miles away that wasn't the updated version. And so that's just the way it goes. It's going to be hard to find an updated version. Or it's going to be hard to find a non-updated version, I should say. Considering most operators updated their games as needed, or as they sent the updates in. They would update their games. Not many didn't update their games, but there are some out there that didn't. And sometimes you can get lucky and find the old versions. So hopefully, because I love that game. But I still love the original Daytona, and I'm wrecking into walls. Doesn't matter, I'm in first place. Always wreck into walls in this game. It's just a rite of passage when I play it. I must wreck into walls. Although nothing catastrophic in this race, thankfully. But it is on easy. And there you have it. Another classic I loved playing in arcades, and I have a home version of this too, of the arcade version, and that's Virtua Racing, which we will definitely play that, and of course the versions on 32X and Saturn, and all that good stuff. We will definitely play that in the future, so stay tuned for that. And apparently now, because I did that, we have to sit through the congratulations credits. No way to skip past it, it's not letting me, but thankfully it's not that long. Yes, I came in first place. I don't need the credits every time I come in first place. But they don't care, because it's still game over. Well, thanks a lot, Sega. Yep, that's how it was in the arcade, too. You beat the level, they don't care. You can't have another free game. You must pay more to play the next level. All right, I don't care about that. On with the show here. On to advanced. See what we get. Automatic.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, here we go. Dinosaur Canyon. Isn't that what they were calling it in the home versions? What were they calling it? I don't know. I just talk. Another, I love this course. I don't love the next course, though. But I do love this one. I love the design of it. Kind of going up this hill. I do love the design of it. Now, I do tend to wreck on this course, so we may experience some catastrophic wrecking at some point or the other. Oh, I thought it was happening there. This is usually where it happens. Ooh, I made it. Even though I always do that. It's just the way it is. Brakes? Who needs brakes? Like Jacob Fatu around here. All gas and no brakes, sons of bitches. Don't care what happens. I do let off the gas though, a little bit. But who needs brakes? It's an arcade racing game. We're going full steam ahead, pedal to the metal. I ain't trying to be perfect. It's all about having fun. Heck, crashes are half the fun too. Although I'm surprised I haven't crashed yet. That is surprising to me. That is surprising. And I have not played this game in quite a while. Uh-oh, here it comes. Oh! I thought that was it. This might, no, not fast enough. That's alright. It's been a while since I played this game. A real good minute. I'm like, you know what? I gotta play Daytona USA, man. Just missed this game. Oh no. This is it? No, it ain't. We're good. We're good. Third lap. It does seem kind of lengthy to have to go around this track 4 times, but that's the way it was in the arcade, so we're just letting it go. It could be a lot smoother with my driving if I wanted to be, but I'm being very twitchy. Why? I have no idea, because I do that. I just do that. I'm not a perfectionist, guys. Just play to have fun. Oh, here, this is it. No. Ah, wow. Anytime I do that on the Saturn, it's an immediate smash all over the place. Cars flying everywhere. I'm shocked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. I am in first place, so I do want to kind of hold it. There we go. Actually took the turn the right way. Oh my goodness, how about that? I do know what to do. Although I could have done a little smoother than that. But who cares? Now I'm lapping people. That's even better. Now I'm lapping people. On this level of all levels, I'm lapping people, which I just can never seem to do in the actual sit-down arcade. But with a controller, I seem to do not too bad. Although the way to play is absolutely arcade form. Sitting in the seat, steering wheel. Yeah, you can play this at home with a steering wheel and all that, but just there's something about an actual arcade machine that you just can't replicate, guys. You just can't. And here I am. I'm about to screw it all up because I'm just jabber-jawing away. Here we go. Don't think I'm going to lap these guys. Well, maybe I'll lap them. I'll lap one of them. Aha, lapped them. Don't do it. We did it. We did it.
A new winner.
First place. Does it matter? No, because they're going to make me pay
Victory lane.
more quarters in order to play the next one. So none of this matters. You get the high score, put your name in. That's really where it's at. Arcade racers at their finest. When they weren't super complicated, you just sit down, play a couple races, and you're like, I'm good. I'm good. That's my kind of game. My kind of game and then some, guys. I like getting involved in super long, crazy 20-hour games every once in a while. It depends on what it is, really. But at the end of the day, I'm an arcade player. I always have been an arcade player. And that's just the way I like to play my games, folks. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. I ain't changing for nobody. All right, one final level to go. Expert. That's right, here we go. It doesn't say Dinosaur Canyon, so those were named later. Expert, the Seaside Galaxy Speedway or something they call it in the Saturn. Something like that.
Gentlemen,
Here we go.
your engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Now this level I think is annoying. It's incredibly long. Thankfully it's only 2 laps. But it is kind of annoying. I don't like the layout of this level. There are some weird little funky things you can do on this, which we're not going to get into here. But it isn't my favorite level. I do like the highway aspect at first, but then it kind of goes off and just does stuff. I don't like the layout. The first half might be okay, but the second half of the layout, I'm just not a big fan of. It's a little better in the arcade because it's a little bit more spaced out with everything. There's Jeffrey. I don't know if you can make Jeffrey do the somersaults in the arcade version or not, but I know you could in the Saturn. Maybe you can. I don't know. I'm not stopping to find out right now. Oh, this is where I wreck. I know I wreck here. Nope, didn't wreck there. Wow. See, this right here. Kind of an annoying section. Although there was one. No, maybe not here. Ha! That's right, the horses that you can chase after if you want to. And I did used to do that on the old Saturn version. Maybe we'll do that again when we revisit the Saturn versions. Obviously, 2 different versions on the Saturn. 3 if you want to count the online version of Circuit Edition, but we ain't going there. We ain't going there. Of course, you're just now getting to the second half of this level, this track, coming across the bridge the other way. And I think this is the section where I'm like, not the best. Not a big fan of this particular layout here. It's not terrible. Oh my God. Now that I thought was for sure a crash, but it did not crash. I'm surprised. Yeah, just not the biggest fan. It's very bland until you come across your astronaut or your space shuttles and pirate ships and all that. Oh no! No. We were doing so good. Yeah, it's that second half of the level when you come back across the bridge. Designs, you know. I like the design of the previous level we played, previous track we played. Much better all the way through. Of course, it's shorter too. Oh my goodness! I thought for sure we were cooked there. I thought for sure that was it. I really did. Oh no! Ooh, just made it through there. Don't know how. That was pure luck, to say the least. This one has some tighter turns. You got to be ready for it. And again, I'm all jerky. I don't know why. A little bit smoother there. Smoother! Oh my. Not good. Not good whatsoever. You're safe for now, horsies. In the Saturn version, you could cut up over that little hill there in the Circuit Edition version, Championship Circuit Edition. But you could only do it with certain cars like the Max or I forget what other one you could do it with. But you could cut up over that and not actually skid out and save yourself some time, which was always interesting. All right. Thankfully, this is only 2 laps on this track because it does become a chore after a minute. You can't be satisfied without it. Sega Model 2, you are correct. You are correct. I am not satisfied without Sega Model 2. And I'm also not satisfied without my Sega Bonky Donk, bitches. Which we truly can only get on the Sega Genesis. Although some Sega arcade games did Bonky Donk, Daytona is not necessarily one of them. Although it does have some catchy tunes. And look at that. We did it. Done.
New winner.
And there you have it. Daytona, USA. The arcade version. Hey, look, it's the horses! They're happy I didn't run them over today. They are so happy that I did not run them over. So there you go. Daytona, USA. The arcade version. A true classic, to say the least, of the 1990s arcades. Man, what a good game. Of course, now, the next video, maybe not the next video, but in future videos, we will play Daytona USA on Saturn, Daytona USA Championship Circuit Edition on Saturn, and the Daytona USA on Dreamcast, which was its own thing. It did take elements of the actual arcade game, but it really did its own thing with it, much like Championship Circuit Edition did with the Saturn. So, stay tuned for that. If you like that kind of thing, if you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. And with that said, I will catch you all down the road.